It's not like the Bucks are just running away with the division. Y'all basically been falling ass backwards into prosperity. Rather it's a young, inexperienced quarterback in Carolina. Rather it's a team in Atlanta trying to figure out with a new head coach. Like, man, y'all just been a very fortunate franchise. Y'all, it's not like y'all just dominating the division. So, like when teams get their stuff together, it's gonna be a very competitive division.
Was already getting choppy in here, man. I mean, you guys let us know in the comment section below. Whose side are you taking? Are you taking James's side? Or are you taking everybody else's side? You guys let us know in the comment section below. And also let us know what are your takeaways from Bucks training camp. Berto, now is your time to shine, man. We want to hear because you were there, man. You were
Was
there
there.
yourself, getting an up close personal
Absolutely.
look. You're not relying on the media. You're relying on your own eyes to see what's going on there
Absolutely.
with the Atlanta Falcons. So
I
break
love
it all
it.
down for us.
So the mission was clear after that loss, the last week of 2024 season, going into 2025. The Falcons set a mission to get this defense right and fix that edge room. And God damn it, did we ever? James Pierce Jr. Drafted 26. We traded back to get the young phenom out of Tennessee, and it's playing major dividends because already the return on investment is there. The guy's been a nonstop bully, giving our offensive lineman fits day in and day out, and it's great to see. It's an attitude and a spunk that we haven't had in Atlanta. And I hate to keep saying the name John Abraham. I love John Abraham, close personal friend of mine, but damn it, we haven't had a edge presence like him. And then before then, pick 15. Nobody thought that Jalen Walker was going to be there available. Some mocked him to the Carolina Panthers at 8, was right there for the taking. So Jalen Walker, a Micah Parsons clone to some regard, is now here in Atlanta. And then to round out the draft, Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame, another ball hawk to pair alongside our very own ball hawk, and everybody on this panel knows Jesse Bates III, and also another physical presence in the back end in the form of Billy Bowman out of Oklahoma. Now the Falcons, limited in draft capital, had also a very good undrafted free agent class, which brought us the likes of Simi Barrow Jr. out of Florida, Josh Simon tight end out of South Carolina, Kobe Bryant, Hawk Mamba himself out of Kansas. I don't know how that kid did not get drafted, but he fell, he fell out of the draft, went undrafted, and we claimed him. And also Triple Crown champion out of San Jose State, Nick Nash, wide receiver. The NFC South is going to go through Atlanta, and this defense, goddammit, is going to surprise a lot of our NFC South competitors right off the gate.
I hear this every single year, man.
Here we
I hear
go.
about what the Atlanta
Here we
Falcons
go.
got. I heard it last year. They got
Here we
Jesse
go.
Bates. They got this, that, and the third. They start off
But wait a
red
minute,
hot.
you were
hotter than-
clamoring last year.
Look,
If you would have got Justin Simmons, you guys would have been the cream of the crop in the NFC South, right? He came to Atlanta. Obviously, it didn't work out, but y'all are still struggling at that spot. And Tyrann Mathieu just deuced it. So how do you replace that, brother?
well, we got a two-time Super Bowl champion in Justin Reed and a guy who was a pretty damn good ball hawk in Julian Blackman, but I'll digress. Look, the reality is the
Julian
Atlanta
Blackman, you
Falcons
can't be
are
serious. That
always talking
undersized
about
safety's gonna get ran all over. Bijan is gonna put that mustard right on him, bro. You can't be serious that you're gonna rely on Blackman to drop down in the box and make a one-on-one tackle on Bijan Robinson or Tyler Algier. Yeah, bud. Please.
I hear this every single year from the
Really?
Falcons. They talk about what they're gonna do, and they haven't won a division since 2017. Look, the Falcons have the worst head coach in the NFC South in Raheem Morris. And he is, since Dennis Allen is no longer the head coach of the Saints, this is the black Dennis Allen. I keep telling y'all, man, you're not going to win nothing until this dude is gone. Like, I don't care what you got. Every single year, what you gonna do when we do this? What you gonna do? Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. But look, man, y'all boys ain't gonna do jack. We already know, man. I tell you, every single year, 4 wins, 5 wins in a row, they ready to talk. They walking down the street, they big and bold. Man, I got that swag. That had that match my back. Yeah, all
Don't
that
butcher the
stuff.
song,
And then
bro.
all of a sudden,
Don't butcher that damn song,
then all of
man.
a sudden you
Cut
come
this man's
crashing
mic
down to
off.
earth, man. Will you make the playoffs? Will you win a division? Until that happens, bro, I'm sorry. I can't buy what you're selling, man. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Y'all
That's
got
all right.
talent.
Hey,
but
look, man,
y'all always
your
find a
opinion.
way to screw it up. Like, seriously. Like, y'all should have won the division last year. The talent is there. Like, I'm not, look, you're looking scary. You're looking scary, but you got to be able to put it together. I don't trust Raheem Morris, man. Maybe if y'all get a new head coach and maybe a new general manager or something like that,
Oh,
maybe
no,
I'll be a
don't
little
go there.
nervous. But
Don't go there. Terry Fontenot has been cooking for us, man. And you know that.
man,
You just saw still because he left y'all and he came to us.
The last time I checked, Bryce Young put 5 touchdowns on him. That's the last time I checked.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Stop. Man, that man's about to be put in his car seat this all season long. You know it. That little boy should not be playing quarterback.
All right, we'll see about that. Because last time I checked, he was riding in his big boy seat, going 5 touchdowns. How about that?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I just finished, just throwing facts about defense. But offensively, you bring Michael Penix, and now under in his second year under Zach Robinson's offense, we're gonna see the real Zach Robinson offense come to fruition. There was a lot of things that Kirk Cousins held us back in last year that Penix is gonna allow us to do. The biggest thing, the play action pass, the naked bootlegs, and things of that nature. That's going to come to life. And that's where it's going to keep a lot of the defenses, not just in the NFC South, but the NFC conference overall, keep them honest. Is he going to run and keep it? What is he going to do? Is he going to improvise and just dump it off to Bijan? That's always an option. But there's clearly the element that Michael Penix is ecstatic, and he's going to do great. He's going to do great. I got trust and belief in my guy, and I don't got to hype.
Hey, man, that's what we want to hear, Berto. Stand behind your man, man. Stand behind your man.
Every year we hear the Falcons should have won the division this year. Okay, well, they should have won it the year before, too. Well, they should have won it the year before that, too. We're at 4 straight years of, oh, man, the Falcons should have won that division. Why don't you guys just try having a better football team instead
of
playing
the Arthur freaking Smith, man. He's
what are we
no
talking
coach.
about? What are we talking about here? You think Raheem Morris is going to be a better answer than Arthur Smith? I don't know,
Yeah,
dude.
I think so.
If we're going to play the game, too, of like, oh, man, Todd Bowles gets a good OC. If Todd Bowles doesn't have a good OC, he's cooked. Then what are we talking about with Raheem Morris? I mean,
are you saying that Zach Robinson's not a good OC?
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
What do you mean? They went 8-9 last year, and you
I get the record, but when you speak on Zach Robinson, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Look what he's done with Bijan Robinson. Look what he's done with Drake London. Look what he's done with Darnell Mooney, who was an afterthought at the wide receiver scene, and the kid damn near had a 1,000-yard season if it wasn't for the injury. And let me not touch on the sensitive subject that is Kyle Pitts. But Kyle Pitts, I saw Florida Gator Kyle Pitts in training camp. It's another element for your asses in the NFC South.
It's like the 10th year we're talking about the potential of Kyle Pitts. By the way.
I promise you, it's not just about looks. It really does do something to the YouTube algorithm. So if you want to see more, you want to support us, slam that like button right now because it goes a long way. TJ, break down for us everything that is going on for your Saints in training camp.
It's pretty much a 2-man race, even though Jake Hayner was a part of this. Like, based on the depth chart, based on the reps in practice, it pretty much has come down to just 2 guys. And, both of these guys have really done some pretty decent things. Tyler Shuck has, over the last couple of days really showed that he's a rookie, and Spencer Rattler has been pulling a little bit ahead. And Spencer Rattler's development is pretty surprising to a lot of people that's been covering the team. They thought maybe he'll look a little bit better, but it seems like, he's a little bit more poised. He understands the speed of the game because of the experience and starting in some games last season. So that's the biggest headline. Everybody knows where the New Orleans Saints are right now. They're in the process of a rebuild. I mean, you got yourself a new head coach in Kellen Moore. He comes over. A lot of people know him from his time with the Cowboys and the Chargers, and most recently the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl championship. This is something that I feel like the Saints needed. The defense is looking pretty decent. Kool-Aid McKinstry has been the bright spot in camp. The Saints are expecting him to take that next step, and it looked like he has. And then also Justin Reed coming over from the Kansas City Chiefs, and also Julian Blackmon coming over from the Colts. They've been making plays throughout training camp as well. So if the Saints can put this thing together, I think they could be a much better team than some people may think that they are going into 2025.
With adding Blackman and Reed was huge for them. I mean, I was a huge Blackman fan because I wanted him. We met with him in the offseason. I thought Carolina was going to sign him. A big ball hawk safety. I mean, and the Saints, I thought for the price that they got him, I think it was a $5.5 million contract for 1 year. It was an absolute deal for a guy who's only 26 years old. It was in the prime of his career. So that's an absolute steal.
What are you watching for in your first preseason game? James, let's start with you.
I'm looking at a lot of different guys. Like if Emeka Egbuka does play a lot, have some opportunities for him. How's that backup wide receiver room going to shake out? How's that backup secondary and edge rushing rooms going to shake out? Those are some of the bigger things that I'm looking for because we saw the Bucs deal with a lot of injuries at those positions last year. So I want to be able to see more out of the depth there for them.
What are you looking for from your Atlanta Falcons? A few things that Falcons fans should be watching in this first preseason game.
We gotta see what the hype is all about with James Pierce Jr. He's the most talked about Falcon thus far in training camp, and we're gonna get to see him live in the game this Friday night versus the Detroit Lions. Jalen Walker is another guy, but also a lot of the returning pieces that we have on defense.
For any Saints fans watching, what are the key things that you think that they should be, eyeing in on?
Well, number one, because you have so many intriguing storylines, you have to first focus in on health. Like a lot of these young guys are going to be instrumental to what the Saints are doing during the regular season. But you also have to see what they can actually do in these exhibition games. So number one would be them winning a battle of attrition. That was something that really cost the New Orleans Saints last season in a lot of ways.
What should Panthers fans be looking for in this first preseason game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thankful that Dave Canales came out and said that, this group of the starters are going to get first team reps the first two preseason games, which they have never done in the past like 3 or 4 years. So let's just start off with that. But the first things first is Bryce Young. Of course, I want to see him, how he goes through his progressions, right? Throwing with anticipation, and avoid unnecessary hits.
We are officially back, baby, for the 2025 NFL season, meaning that we will be live here, new time, but same day. Tuesdays, every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the NFC South Roundtable, man. Appreciate you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys for kicking it with us.